It's your constant love that gives me strength. Under the starlight, we'll find our way, I know. This is the start of something beautiful. With you by my side, there's no place that we can't go. This is the start of something beautiful. When the wind moves along your face, it captures everything.
I'd love to see you with your beautiful dress. Can't wait to see you. I love you so much. And I'm looking forward to starting my life with you.
And don't you wait,
Steph, don't cry.
just say you'll run with me.
Is that her?
Come
Steph, is that you?
under the starlight, we'll find our way, I know. This is the start of something beautiful. With you by my side, there's no place that we can't go. 'Cause this is the start of something beautiful. Something beautiful. Here we stand, the world awaits. It's your love, I know, that gives me strength. Under the starlight, we'll find our way, I know. This is the start of something beautiful. With you by my side, there's no place that we can't go. This is the start of something beautiful.
Good job.
Good job. Okay, now here comes Steph, okay?
It is a symbol of how far they've come since they first met. It is a symbol of the promises they will make to each other to continue stronger, growing stronger as individuals and as partners, no matter what challenges or successes they encounter together in the years to come. Even though we describe love in different ways, and love can look different from one person to the next, we all know it when we see it, and we see it here today. Surely we do. God loves us and created us to love one another. Our loves find completion as we love and are loved in return. Together, we can become what we could never be separately. Matthew Lewis DeClercq and Stephanie Ann Eldridge come here today to be united in the sacrament of marriage. Matthew, do you come here today to take Stephanie as your wife?
I do.
And Stephanie, do you come here today to take Matthew as your husband?
I do.
You fell in love by chance, but you're here today because you're making a choice. You both are choosing each other. You've chosen to be with someone who makes you a better person, who makes you think, makes you smile, and makes every day brighter. You're about to make promises to each other that you intend to keep. You're going to vow to take care of each other, to stand up for one another, and to find happiness in the other. Your marriage must stand by the strength of your love and by the power of your faith in each other and in God. I would now like to invite Megan Follick, cousin of the bride, to come up here and read a poem, please.
You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes. Indeed, you have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all of those conversations that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. All of those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe. And all of those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you may have been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher. For you have learned much from one another these past few years. Shortly, you will say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life. And things between you will never quite be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
Thank you.
So now please face each other and to each other express your vows of love and devotion.
Stephanie, I promise to be your partner in life and your one true love. I promise to trust you and respect you. I promise to be proud of you and to grow with you. I promise to never take your love for granted. I promise to always be your best friend. I promise to give you my hand, my heart, my love, from this day forward, as long as we both shall live.
Matthew, I promise to love you and cherish you each day more than I did the day before. I promise to take your heart, cherish it, and treat it like my own. I promise to laugh with you and cry with you. I promise to support you through life's tough moments. I promise to be a great parent with you. I promise to support you and show interest in your hobbies. I promise to give you my hand, my heart, and my love from this day forward as long as we both shall live.
Thank you.
Just stick it in there, cousin. Thank you. Matthew, will you repeat this vow to Stephanie by saying after me, I, Matthew,
I, Matthew,
take you, Stephanie,
take you, Stephanie,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
as long as we both shall live,
as long as we both shall live,
as God is my witness.
as God as my witness.
I give you my promise.
I give you my promise.
And Stephanie, would you do the same? I, Stephanie,
I, Stephanie,
take you, Matthew,
take you, Matthew,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
As God is my witness,
As God is my witness,
I give you my promise.
I give you my promise.
May I have the rings? I believe Mike has them. I'll just take them out, Mike. Thank you. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
There's a lot of love in the room today.
Yeah.
It's good.
Full of
It's good to be. So you've both chosen to wear rings as a promise, as a reminder of these promises, made in a circle. Their design tells us that love must never come to an end. We must keep it continuous. As you wear these rings, whether together or apart, may they be a constant reminder of the promises that you are making today. So Matthew, I'm going to give you Stephanie's ring.
Thank you.
Okay? So please place this ring on Stephanie's finger and repeat after me. Stephanie,
Stephanie,
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily reminder
as a daily reminder
of my love for you.
as my love for you.
And Stephanie, please repeat after me. Matthew,
Matthew,
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily reminder
as a daily reminder
of my love for you.
of my love for you.
At this time, we're going to just step over here and sign the legal documents. And we're going to have the two witnesses come along, and that's Amanda and Justin. Okay? Come on, you guys. Well, you two, you have come here before us and before God and have expressed your desire to be husband and wife. You have shown your love and affection by joining hands, have made promises of faith and devotion each to the other, and have sealed these promises by the giving and receiving of rings. I therefore pronounce that you're husband and wife. May God bless you, keep you, and give you his peace. Amen. Matthew, you may kiss your bride.
Hello everyone and welcome. Very encouraging. Steph and I decided to be a little unorthodox this evening and wanted to say our wedding speech first. I told Steph I wanted it this way because of my fear of public speaking. But in reality, I just wanted to hit the bar early to get the party started. We both are very humbled to have our closest friends and family here to celebrate with us on this special day. You may have noticed that there are no wedding favors in front of you. That's not because we're cheap, but because we have made a charitable donation to the Princess Margaret Foundation on your behalf.
We want to say a special thank you to those who have traveled in from Minnesota and all over Ontario to celebrate with us today. Thank you for making the effort to be here. Your presence is greatly appreciated.
Unfortunately, it's not been possible to have everyone we love here with us today, but we know they're here with us in spirit and more importantly, here with us in our hearts.
Thank you to our photographers, Mary Ann and Stephen, and videographer Kyle and his assistant, who will provide us with memories for years to come. Thank you to Nino, our awesome DJ, and of course to the wonderful staff here at the Manor.
I'm thankful for my lovely sisters Lorraine and new sisters Jen and Amanda. It might be an adjustment at times now having 3 sisters, but as long as Jen and Amanda can learn from Lorraine and ensure that there's always cold beer stocked at the house, and a sports game on the TV, we should get along just fine.
To my 3 sisters, if there's going to be beer stocked for Matt, you should probably have some wine stocked for me. Thank you for all of your support and standing by my side today. Lorraine, I am very happy to be getting another sister. Ever since the start, you have been welcoming, kind, and made me feel part of the family. When you asked me to be Sebastian's godmother, and I wasn't even officially part of the DeClercq family yet, it made me realize how important I am to you guys. Your wedding, marriage, and life experiences have helped to guide me through this exciting phase of my life. Jen, thank you for getting married 6 months ago so you could send me all of your notes, details, and instructions. I hope you didn't mind seeing all the repetition. You have always been there to guide me along the way, whether that was through cutting me off during performances when we were little kids, or testing the weight that a counter can take by piling as many people on possible at top for a dance party. I always know you have my best interests at heart. You are a great sister and an even better friend. Amanda, even though the 3 of us chose our maid of honors as children, I'm glad that I got stuck with you. Having you live so far away is tough, but it allows for moments like these and the times we get to spend together that much more memorable. Your support from afar and visit back home for the tame, laid-back, and completely G-rated bachelorette party have been awesome. Your strength, ambition, and sense of adventure astound me, even if it means I have to take the full brunt of our parents' worry, concern, and overbearance when you're traveling alone through South America for months on your own. You were always a tough one to please with guys, so your love and support of Matt were truly a deal breaker and helped me realize that this guy could really be the one. Thank you for being one of my best friends. Oh, to the groomsmen, thank you for always being there to support and guide Matt throughout his life. I know how proud he is to have all you here by his side today.
There is an unwritten rule of wedding etiquette that states that nobody should look more handsome than the groom on his wedding day. And I'd like to thank Justin, Mike, Nick, and Jordan for sticking to that rule. To my groomsmen, Nick and Jordan, you both have always been there for me over the years, and you're not only friends but family. Nick, thanks for being someone I can always count on to catch a game or hang out with, when all of our other married friends are not allowed to. Jordan, you have always generously offered your time and your help with various projects, only to expect the cold beer in return. Or should I say 2, 3, or even 4 beers in return. On a little side note, I'd like to announce that Jordan is the undefeated champion of wedding dance battles, if anyone's looking for some competition later tonight. My best man Mike, who just found out that he and his wife Monica are expecting a beautiful baby girl.
All right.
I've known you long enough to know that you will be a loving and caring father and be an inspiration for Steph and I when we start a family of our own. I look forward to many family events and trips with both of you in the future, when you're mother. To my other best man, my brother, Justin. Growing up with you has been an unforgettable experience. I've always looked up to you and in sorts mimicked what you did because you were such a great role model. You played hockey and baseball, so I played hockey and baseball. You liked the band Green Day, so I like Green Day. We pretty much were the same person. In fact, between the ages of 17 and 19, I actually became you every Friday and Saturday night and was known. And I was known across the Toronto bar scene as Justin DeClercq. Thank you for the fake ID. My ambitions to be like you carried on throughout our entire childhood, and now as a married man, I hope to mimic you again and start a beautiful and loving family just as you did. Emily, Sebastian, and Dylan, you are so special to us. You bring us so much joy and happiness. You all looked adorable today, and we can't wait to see you dance the night away. We love you guys.
Mom and Dad, You have both supported me and given me the freedom to achieve all of my goals. Your guidance, parenting, and direction have helped me become the woman I am today. Mom, you have truly been amazing throughout this whole wedding planning process. I couldn't have done it without you. You have also taught me an important rule about marriage. When your husband is not around, you can do the things that you typically can't do. Like letting the recycling sit on the counter for days or running the dishwasher when it's only half full. It's the little things that can bring so much joy. Mom, you are one of my best friends and an aspiration as a wife and a mother. Dad, picking a life mate is no easy task, and you have made it even more of a challenge by being such a great and supportive dad. Thank you for being so caring and doting towards me. Matt is going to have a tough time creating a living experiences like it was at the Hotel de Ron, when my car was always washed, chocolates were left on my pillow, and my favorite groceries were always stocked. Those are the things that I cherish most because you were doing them from the heart. Mom and Dad, your love story is one that has shown me how to love and how to expect to be loved in return. I hope that in 30 years from now, Matt and I can look back and say we have had as great an adventure as the two of you have. I love you both so much.
I first met Ron and Julie at a house party they were throwing for Amanda's birthday. After losing a drinking game called the Kings, I was forced to do an upside down shot of tequila on the steps of the Eldridge pool. So here I am, upside down with my hands in the water, drinking the shot, and pretty much thinking my chances with Steph were over. But to my surprise, I found out that this kind of behavior was not only tolerated, but surprisingly celebrated in the Eldridge household. Our relationship grew from there, first being accepted by Julie, and then followed by Ron. I think my relationship with Ron finally took off when the Eldridges purchased their first cottage. Ron realized how much work there was to do, and then figured out how much free labor I would be able to provide. We have been hitting it off ever since. But in all seriousness, you both have been accepting and welcoming since we first met. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for the support, kindness throughout the years. I look forward to growing even further as part of your family.
Peter and Kathy, meeting you two was such a nerve-wracking experience. I can still remember so clearly driving to your house and I had to put my hair up because I was sweating so much. Ever since that first dinner, I have been completely and entirely accepted by your family, and I am extremely grateful for that. Thank you for doing an amazing job at raising the man of my dreams and accepting me as your daughter-in-law. I have been able to build such special connections with you both. You are great parents to Justin and Lorraine and awesome grandparents. I can't wait for you to be the awesome Nana and Vicky to our kids one day that you are to Emily and Sebastian today. You have both been so generous throughout this process, and I'm thrilled to have a second set of wonderful parents. I love you guys.
Mom and Dad, there are no words that can express. Mom and Dad, there are no words that can express the pleasure I have to stand up here today and proudly speak about the both of you as parents and as role models. Dad, we spend countless hours in hockey arenas and on baseball fields with you as either my coach or a proud parent in the stands. You were an early bird gets the worm type coach, and I was the second most gets the cheese type player. So we didn't always see eye to eye. It took a while to figure this out, but years later I finally got it. You pushed me out of love, and you dedicated your time out of passion. Mom, you were the rock of the family. You were always the one that balanced the male-dominant household with your sensitivity and kindness. You were a caregiver in so many ways and dedicated your free time to ensure that Justin and I always felt loved. You were the biggest fan of me and the one who always understood me most. But as the tables start to turn, I stand up here today as your biggest fan. The love that you and Dad share for one another has always inspired me to find a similar connection in my search for love. So I thank you for that because I was able to find Steph.
Matt. Matt, thank you for being my rock, my greatest support, my best friend, and the best man and partner I could ask for. Thank you for all of your love, help, and encouragement through this process. This day would not have been the same or as beautiful or special without you. I have known that you were someone special since the first night I met you. You and I make the perfect pair. You have taught me more about baseball, comic books, and superheroes than I ever thought I would know or need to know. You always know exactly what I need, know how to make me laugh or smile, or to just hold me and tell me that everything is going to be okay. Thank you for putting up with me when I have my moments, and just remember they will pass, hopefully. You are the kindest, most caring, and thoughtful man, and I am so lucky to be able to call you my husband. Thank you for making me a better version of myself. I love you more today than I ever thought was possible, and I can't wait to see where our love and future takes us. I love you.
I'd like to start off by thanking my wife for her hard work and dedication to making our wedding the greatest day of my life. I was your assistant in your vision, and you created something beyond my imagination. So if we could give a round of applause for Steph. As most of you may already know, baseball is a way of life for me. It is a passion, and some might say a slight obsession. It was at a Blue Jays game on April 27th, 2012, when that passion came to an unexpected halt. I took my seat in the stands, glanced over, and saw the girl of my dreams. Suddenly, nothing else mattered, not even my greatest passion. From that moment on, I always knew it would be her. Steph, there is a famous saying that love is in the eye of the beholder. I could stand up here and express my love for you, but only I would know how that truly feels. Love you.
So without further ado, let us toast to love, laughter, friendship, and a memorable party.
Hello everyone, I'm Amanda. I'm the youngest Eldridge sister, and I have the privilege of being Steph's maid of honor.
And I'm Jen, the oldest Eldridge sister and one of Steph's bridesmaids. The three of us girls had a lot of fun together growing up, and we've long been each other's best friends. When Steph and I were kids, we played with Barbies a lot. But we weren't usually actually playing with them, we were building families. We spent hours and hours building elaborate houses and neighborhoods with empty Kleenex boxes and toilet paper rolls, naming family members, and picking their personalities, histories, and careers. Once we got older, we progressed to The Sims computer game, but it was always the same, building houses and designing families. Well now, Steph, we've taken the first steps to building our own families. I've had so much fun picking our husbands, planning our weddings together, and I can't wait to take the next steps of building and decorating our homes, picking out our kids' names, and raising our families together.
Another one of our favorite things to do as kids was choreographing dances and performing songs. Given our immense talent and our excellent singing voices, I'm sure this was a real treat for everyone around us. And we'd hate to put all those years of practice to waste. So, in honor of our childhood days, Jenna and I are going to give a slightly non-traditional speech tonight. So, apologies in advance to the rest of you, but we're going to sing one more song. But this time, Steph, it's all about you.
First time I met Matt was at the Dome. I don't know baseball, Matt's right
She was a home run, it wasn't just a fling. He bought her the ring, got all the pieces, the puzzle's complete. While we were rapping, they were prepping for this wedding. We'll party down, 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 and we're just so happy Matt's gonna be around. We're popping the champagne, oh, gonna tear the dance floor down. Oh, you're all here with us. Oh, what a beautiful bride, bride. Matt, you queen of nights. Oh, beer and wine galore. Oh, I'm gonna need some more. Oh, you'll cherish this for all time. Webby, now that you're married, you'll have an epic love. Another nigga to that, the other daily, and the only thing that can make true love was soon they'll be making babies, cause Steph was born a mom. They're gonna be amazing, as Pops will be the bomb. She bakes the best treats. So much lovin', he'll put a bun in that oven. But we don't need the deeds. Headed out to the cottage on the weekend. Hope those walleyes be fightin', or at least fish be bitin'. Matt, you better listen up, so she won't call your bluff. You better make the bed. Oh, don't ever be late. No. Show her lots of lovin'. Oh, a happy wife's a happy life. Steph, always have the J's game on. Let him smoke cigars. Oh, don't sweat the small stuff. And love each other day and night. Steph and Matt, you complement each other perfectly, and we couldn't be happier for you too. We wish you two a lifetime of happiness. Cheers to the DeClercq!
Typically, an event like this, you're supposed to bring up some dirt about the groom. And that really is challenging with Matt. I almost accepted this, except I reflected on his bachelor party that he had in New York last September. Think about it. 6 guys go to New York to have a few drinks, watch a couple of ball games, eat some good food and all that stuff. That's all okay, except there are no repeat Zippo stories about a late night at a strip joint, throwing up on a New York cop, or peeing in a New York cab. Justin, Matt's older brother, flies home a day early to spend time with his daughter before she goes off to school, and again, no stories about any misbehaving. Matt, I just don't get it. I'm not buying into this. For those of you who were not at Matt and Steph's engagement party 13, 14 months ago, I take a lot of the credit for the engagement which brings us here today. It was due to the cottage that we purchased in 2015. A few weeks after buying the cottage, Matt was down the dock having a cigar, glass of bourbon, fishing, or trying to do some fishing, and commented this was like heaven. In a heartbeat, my response was, well, you know what you have to do, and 1/3 of all of this is yours. Bingo, 4 weeks later, Matt proposes to Steph, yes, on the dock at the cottage. So Steph and Peter, you're both welcome. Matt, a few pointers about Steph, okay? Love her dearly, but number 1, she's usually right. Number 2, if you think you might be right, please think again. And number 3, when in doubt, go back to point number 1. Okay? Matt works hard, loves sports, watch out Steph, and very important to a lot of us here, he loves family, and not the least of which are his niece, Emily, and nephew, Sebastian, who are here today. He's one of those few nice guys, so Matt, welcome to the very small group of me, your dad, and 1 or 2 others. Welcome, Matt. Sorry, Amanda. Up until 6 months ago, I wondered if the girl-guy ratio in our family would ever change, but then Jen and Brandon got married last July, and now with Matt on board, the ratio has improved incredibly from 4-to-1 to 4-to-3. Let me know if there are any guys out there who are interested in making it a 4-to-1, 4-to-4 ratio. The notes do say sorry, Amanda, but I don't think that's necessary, based on your reaction there. But on second thought, with 2 weddings in 6 months, I retract that offer. Moving on, Julie, 2 down and 1 to go, maybe. Steph is our last daughter to leave the house, and now it's just you and me, babe. Look at it like it's like winning the lottery or not. Now to Steph. What can I say about her? Diligent, hardworking, very focused. Matt, repeat, hard focused, okay? Don't get in her way when she's focused. You won't win. She's committed and she's reliable. A daughter getting married causes most fathers to kind of take a walk down memory lane. I've got a couple of Steph. I vividly recall that Steph as a little girl, she treasured her new dolls, as you would expect from any young girl. But then she'd get a new doll and wham, like a freight train hitting a wall. The old one would be tossed away, never to be seen again. Matt, I hope this is not a precursor of things to come and that she has this out of her system. By the way, Matt, that was a toned down version, okay? Julie toned it down. During university, Steph took some Holocaust studies. In her final year, she went to Auschwitz and Birkenau to witness some of the atrocities she learned about at school. Upon graduation, the passion she had for the freedom awareness pulled her to the Simon Wiesenthal Center for Holocaust Studies. The center's big fundraising event of the year is the Spirit of Hope. She got us tickets one year, and wow, did we feel out of place rubbing shoulders with a few thousand of the who's who of Toronto. Attendees received a book with letters from the Prime Minister, the Premier, and many others, and it listed all the people and companies who had contributed to the event, which raised many, many millions of dollars for the centre. At the back of the book was a thank you note from the CEO of the centre, and this included a personal thank you and tribute to Steph for the time, effort, many sleepless nights she put in preparing the event. Wow, talk about a father getting choked up, Steph. It really was something. For those of you who don't know, Steph is a teacher and she's a natural at it. Who here didn't get countless emails and lists of what to do for this event? Matt, I know you received many, and many were repeat items, so please clean that up, okay? This September, Julie and I had the opportunity of seeing her interact with some of her students and parents in her class, and it was really comforting to hear both groups talk so favorably about her. Another, yeah, that's my daughter moment. Steph, this is your day, the day you've dreamed about for many, years. Living at home, we've witnessed you work tirelessly for a long time to pull this day together. Yes, you had some help from others, but you did most of the heavy lifting yourself. You're an awesome person, an incredible daughter, a beautiful bride, and I know you'll be an equally fantastic wife, and yes, we all know how she'll excel in the next chapter of her life.
Okay, this is it. I'm the last speech, and thank you all for saving the best for last. While looking for some inspiration for my Mother of the Bride speech, I reflected on one of the speeches from Jen and Brandon's wedding 6 months ago. Brandon's father spoke about a holiday that took place on the same day as their wedding. In that case, the wedding day happened to fall on Nunavut Day, or Nunavut Day, as Roger called it. So to research what other holidays fell on today's date, January 7th, I decided to check into what holidays fell today. What I discovered is that today is actually a holiday called Fruitcake Toss Day. Yes, today is Fruitcake Toss Day. I couldn't really think of a way to tie fruitcake tossing into a wedding, so I continued searching. The next holiday that I discovered falls on January 7th is the I'm not going to take it anymore day. Okay, that one really wouldn't be a good tie-in for a wedding. I'm not going to take it anymore is likely said at some point in many marriages, but probably not appropriate for a wedding day. So I continued the search for one more idea. What I discovered is that today is actually National Pass Gas Day. I let this thought linger for a while. But ultimately, I decided that we should all just focus on calling today Steph and Matt's wedding day and forget about acknowledging any other holidays. On a more serious note, I wanted to wish my daughter and best roommate, besides Ron, of course, my heartfelt wishes for a long and happy marriage, and to officially welcome my new son to the family. I have felt since our daughters were born that my main job as a mother was to raise strong, independent women. Stephanie has certainly become that. She is smart, confident, dedicated, and super organized, all traits that make her a fantastic teacher and will also make her a great wife, mother, and homemaker extraordinaire. Once the girls were finished with their schooling, I did my best to encourage them to spread their wings and move into their own spaces. Stephanie has been back at home after university for a number of years, and I may have mentioned once or twice that an empty nest might be nice. But now that the day has come, I just want to say, Steph, I will miss you so, so much. Between watching our favorite TV shows, being my personal fashion consultant, planning events, cooking and baking together, the time that we've been able to spend together in the past few years has formed a bond that I feel will continue throughout our lives and goes way beyond a mother-daughter relationship. From the first time I met Matt, he reminded me so much of my dad. They're both tall, dark, and handsome. They both have a quiet manner, and they both love baseball. Watching Steph and Matt's relationship develop, I quickly knew that they were perfect together. Our good friends were visiting a few years ago with their new grandson, who at that point was just 2 months old. He was now the ring bearer today. Right away, Matt asked if he could hold this baby, and the degree of comfort that you showed Matt walking around with this young baby in your arms, we knew this was the man for Steph. Matt loves being at the cottage. Seen him sitting on the dock with a fishing pole in one hand, scar in the other, glass of bourbon, listening to a baseball game. It's so heartwarming to me. Matt, welcome to the family. I'm so glad to have a son.
Steph, we love you so much. Mom and Dad are going to miss not having you at home. Brian, you could be winning here, buddy, okay? We're so proud of you and wish you and Matt all the happiness in the world. Please rise and join us in a toast to Steph and Matt. Steph and Matt, many, many years of happiness. Cheers. Cheers.
Good evening, everyone. So as a follow-up to that excellent speech that we just heard, Mike and I are going to hit the dance floor and do a nice little routine.
I never agreed to that.
Sorry, I'm just kidding. Maybe a bit later, maybe a bit later.
Good way to lighten it up, Justin. I appreciate that.
Good evening. So this evening, I will be taking you all on a time warp back to the beginning where it all started. Circa 1980s, Woodbridge, Ontario. Home of the Honda Civic, Dippity Doo Gel, Palazzo Nightclub, Nino Diversa Bakery, and the beginning of a brotherhood of Justin and Matthew DeClercq.
Woo!
For my 3rd birthday, I asked my parents for a Mr. Potato Head. But instead, they got me a little brother. And I can say, when the little guy finally arrived, I was definitely skeptical. I watched him crawl and then sprint, as he wasn't much of a walker. I saw my parents chase him around the house for years. He was always getting into some sort of trouble. Poor guy couldn't sit still. He had so much energy. He once ran straight into a brick wall at Canada's Wonderland. First time I saw that much blood. He followed, or chased, me around the house most of the time, and I could never shake him. And it didn't help it that we had to share a bedroom. He had access to all my toys, my Lego, my Transformers, and my wrestlers. It really wasn't working out in the beginning. After the initial shock wore off, things got better. I found some positives of having a little guy around. For one, I was able to practice my figure 4, sharpshooter, and atomic leg drop on a real-life human. We often pushed our 2 beds together in the middle of our room and formed a ring. It was the best of times. We practiced moves on each other. He once got the best of me, and I slammed my head off the dresser and cut me open for stitches. Mom wasn't happy that day, I remember, but we were having fun. Things were good. Things were great. I had a brother, a buddy, a best friend. Matt was always a little crazy, Really crazy, actually. I considered him the adventurer of the household. Some of the stuff that he thought of, I could have never come up with. Here's a little trip down memory lane. Bugs, number one, bugs. Fascination with collecting bugs. Lots of bugs. Anything to do with bugs. Putting them into a jar, shaking the jar, and watching them fight with each other.
That's true.
Spiders versus beetles, crickets versus earwigs, worms, ants, potato bugs, praying mantises. I wouldn't even get close. Have you ever seen a praying mantis fight? Serious stuff right there.
You have.
Number two, picture this one. A large Coleman cooler. Upside down, the orange one. Upside down with a stick, a rope, and a handful of peanuts. Let's catch a squirrel. What the are you talking about? Catch a squirrel, you're crazy. Sure enough, squirrel caught and trapped under the cooler that day. Not kidding you. Number three, hide and seek. Matt, where are you? Can't find you. Hello, where are you? Forget this, I give up. I must have looked everywhere. Then all of a sudden I hear noises between the drywall. I'm not shitting you on this one. He climbed down the laundry chute and he's somewhere between the first and second floor. Hole is probably like this big. Dad used to run the cable down the laundry chute and he ripped it right out of the wall. That was classic Matt because it took hide and seek to a whole new level. Number four, this one's awesome. Okay, Just, here's the game. You push the garage door button, and I will race and slide right underneath before it closes. Bro, you're crazy. Seriously, don't do that. No, I'll make it, no problem. So picture this, one door, 2-car garage. Old school door, no sensors on the bottom. Just keeps going down. Sure enough, poor guy didn't make it. I remember the sound of the motor on overdrive. Just crunched him. I panicked, I went and grabbed Dad. Didn't turn out well for Matt. First a beating from the door, and then a beating from Dad. Number five, sports. Matt was always a great athlete. Played goalie in hockey and back catcher in baseball. Both positions would say take a different kind of person. Uncle Mike. But Matt enjoyed it. I wouldn't dare getting drilled with pucks as my pastime. He played at a high level, went to provincials for baseball a few times. Still plays baseball and here's turned into quite the slugger. I still need to come watch you play, you old timer. I'll bring the kids as well so you can teach them a few things. Last but not least, fishing. We would fish in the Humber River right across the street from our house. Matt never used a rod, just a line, a weight, and a hook. Not even a bobber, people. All finesse. I would dig for worms for bait. Matt would dig through the fridge and freezer for bait. Salami, ham, cheese, hot dogs, bread, on and on. Always looking for the newest bait that we hadn't used that would catch the most fish. One day, Matt found the bait that we used for life, frozen corn. Those Humber River fish couldn't get enough. I think they like the color yellow. We stopped eating pork for dinner because Matt and I use it all fishing. Mom couldn't keep it stocked. And now we're here today. Matt is a brother, a son, a godfather, a friend to many of you, including his best buddy, Mike G. A wonderful uncle to Emily and Sebastian, and now a husband to Stephanie. As I wrote this speech, looking back at her childhood memories, I'm grateful that everything turned out so awesome. I'm even more grateful that he has met his match in Stephanie. She balances him out quite well, and I know that he's extremely happy. Make sure that you guys take care of each other. You always need to be on the same team in life, even when the going gets tough. Stephanie, official welcome to the DeClercq family, even though you're here all alone. We love you very much, Emily and Sebastian, more than you could imagine. I will say that I have some unfinished business and a pact that I will make with Matthew today. This year, I would like to go fishing again with you. We haven't been since the Humber River days. This time we will use rods, lures, and of course your fishing boat. And in closing, Mom and Dad, thanks for the brother, much better than the potato head.
Sorry, man. Go ahead. All right, so Halo is fitting because I love that video game. Anyway, good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Galetti, and I'm one half of this wedding's best man. You see, there comes a moment in every man's life when he meets that special someone who really understands him. Will take him for who he really is. Will laugh at all of his terrible jokes. For Matt, that moment came a long time ago when he met me. Now, before I really get into the meat of my toast, I want to thank Matt and Steph for allowing me to play such an integral role in their special day. I also want to pay tribute to the amazing-looking group of people lucky enough to be chosen to fill this bridal party. The bridesmaids look terrific, and are only eclipsed in beauty by Steph herself. Who I'm sure everyone here will agree looks absolutely gorgeous. I would also like to say something about Matt and how great he looks, but I'm not one to lie, so I won't. Now, those of you who know me and were fortunate enough to be with my wife and I on our wedding day will also know how emotional I can get in situations such as this. So I'm not going to promise not to get emotional, but I'll promise to try not to. Matt and I have known each other for many years, since at least 2001, and we've only gotten closer as time has passed. I've always been reluctant to call somebody my best friend, because at one point or another, my closest friends were the ones that hurt me the most. But with Matt, I knew he always had my best intentions in mind. Peter and Kathy, you have done a spectacular job raising a fine young man. You have been like a second set of parents to me. You have welcomed me into your home with open arms and have inspired my beautiful wife, Monica, and I to take on life the way you have, together, as a team, and with unadulterated love for each other and your family. You truly have raised a wonderful family and a great son. Matt is my best friend. He's kind, genuine, and sincere. Matt is somebody I can go to for a mature and honest opinion. He will tell it as it is, and because of this, he has kept me out of boatloads of trouble. We can spend any amount of time together without getting sick of each other, and I couldn't picture my life without Matt in it. There's nothing I wouldn't do for Matt, and likewise, there's nothing Matt wouldn't do for me. Some of you may know that Matt can be a bit of a worrier. But Matt, here's one fact that should put your mind to rest. On average, married men live 2 years longer than single men. And being a married man, those 2 years will feel more like 10. Steph, you are truly blessed to be joined with the DeClercqs as one of their own. You see, when Matt met Steph, I knew instantly that things were different. As cliche as this may sound, it's 100% true. He did not look to Steph as he looked at other girls in the past, and I could see why. Steph, you too come from a great family. You are kind and sincere. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and you take genuine pleasure in seeing those that you care about happy. You will make a fantastic wife and an even finer mother. Matt is truly lucky to have found you. If there's any advice that I can give you two from my own experience, it's this. Put aside the individual wants for the collective good. Life won't always be easy, and it won't always be as spectacular as today has been. And that's okay, because if you two work together, you'll be able to get through all of life's problems together as a team. Matt, I say this to you specifically. A happy wife is an easy life. But also remember this, what you say to her face and what you think in your head can be two completely different things, as long as the end result is a happy life. Sorry, a happy wife. My bad. Also make sure that after you shave, you clean out the sink, because apparently that's an invitation to war. And Steph, to you I say this, all you have to do to keep Matt happy is make sure that his clothes are clean, and that you at least pretend to listen to him while he's talking. And believe me, there will be a lot of that going on. And now, if I may ask you all to please stand and raise your glasses. To Matthew and Stephanie, may your love be modern enough to survive the times, and old-fashioned enough to last forever. To a life of love, happiness, health, wealth, and many children.
And as proud parents, we would like to welcome you this evening and feel privileged that so many of our family and friends have joined us here today to help celebrate their commitment to one another. To tell you the truth, we were a bit worried about the winter weather, but your presence today has added such warmth to this special occasion. We're also honored that Matthew's grandmother, Frances, is here to offer Matt and Steph her best wishes as well. Now, Matt is what is known as a late nester. I mean late nester. Some of you in the room tonight may have one or two of your own late nesters. But our Matthew, as he got older, was the type that never seemed to be too much in a rush to leave our Woodbridge home, which is a bit of a surprise because when he was younger, he always seemed to be in a rush. At a very young age, he was in a rush to get those red high-top Air Jordan sneakers that we couldn't find anywhere in Ontario, but exhaustingly, we finally found them in Oakville. Yeah. A few years later, he had to have the latest Felix Potvin goalie stick. It was about $100, by the way, as he was trying out for the Vaughan Rangers, and of course, Oakville came to the rescue again. And as a big Jays fan, he was excited when they won the World Series in 1993, and then he found out Joe Carter was signing autographs, and we had to rush to, yep, you guessed it, Oakville again, and we stood in line for what seemed like hours. And then the big one, his first car. He just had to have that blue sporty looking VW GLI. And no, we didn't find this one in Oakville, but we had to drive through it on our way to Brantford to get it. Okay, then suddenly he wasn't in a rush anymore. He had car payments. Living at home seemed like a pretty good idea to him. So we waited. Then he graduated from university, and we waited some more. Then he bought a condo in downtown Toronto. In Eureka, we thought, this is it. He's moving out. But no, he bought it as an investment property and rented it out, so we were stuck with him again. Then finally, Kathy and I got so tired, we retired from work. And after some very subtle and direct hints on our part, still nothing, and we panicked until we met Stephanie. She was loving, caring, compassionate, and always smiling. And deep down we were hoping, no, actually we were praying, no, to tell you the real truth, we were saying the rosaries, at least 12 a night, that she'd be the one. And then we made the connection. Matt struck Oakville gold again. Steph is an Oakville girl. True story, you can't make this stuff up, honestly. And then we knew she was the one for Matt. And as their relationship got quite serious, it was time to meet the Eldridges. And Ron, Steph's dad, suggested a family merge. Now, I'm not sure if you've done this in the past, but Kathy and I were a bit unsure as how to interpret this, so we Googled the word merge. And we were a little alarmed to learn, Ron, that it meant to become combined, united, and get this, swallowed up or absorbed. And you know, Ron, we panicked a little bit, especially with the swallowed up part, and thought for a minute we might be in the remake of the movie Meet the Fockers. But as it turns out, our first merge was wonderful as you and Julie and your family welcomed us into your home, excuse me. Well, today marks the official merge between the two families, and we would formally like to welcome you and Julie, Jen, Brandon, and Amanda into our family, and of course, we look forward to many more events together. And finally, to Matt and Steph, your mom and I have enjoyed many special moments in our lives that we have cherished and embraced as they have provided us with the most wonderful of memories. Today is one of those special moments for us, and we're bursting with pride. Your zest for life, your compassionate nature, Your loyalty to family, your love for each other are the right ingredients as you begin your new life together. And to Stephanie, thank you for giving Matt his wings. He's now ready to leave the nest. So to our guests, once again, thank you. To our guests, once again, thank you. Please stand as we toast Matt and Stephanie. Matt and Steph, love you. Love you. Cheers.
You opened the door, the light came rushing in. I suddenly saw a brand new beginning, a beautiful hope, a reason to believe. It's what you give to me. Life is better when I